Hello and welcome to stage 1 of the Tour de France. Riding from Amiens to Calais, a flat stage, a finish for the pure sprinters. We have two breakaway riders, Chris Boardman of the Adidas squad and George Hincapie of Fiat. They took most of the points at the two intermediate sprint checks, and now they're approaching the Category 4 climb. Just a single point on that Category 4, but it will determine the first leader in the King of the Mountains competition. Meanwhile, in the peloton, it was this rider, Mario Cipollini, who took most of the points amongst the big sprinters at those intermediate sprints. And I think he'll be the big favorite to win this stage today and take the yellow jersey. He'll have to contend with Andre Dargad, who's the long-term favorite to win the green jersey, as well as Jamaluddin Abdujaparov and Urs Feuerler. So four very fast men should be duking it out at the end. Less than 1 minute advantage for the break now. Since I made this course myself, there are no trees, no buildings. A little bit plain, but there are some spectators on the side of the road. So a fairly barren landscape for the next 21 stages, but it should not affect the quality of the racing. As Chris Boardman takes his turn at the front. 5Ks to go until the top of that Category 4 climb. And it's a bit generous to call it a climb, just a little ripple, but somebody has to wear that first polka dot jersey. So the greatest uphill incline on this stage has been categorized for a single point. There's Lobby Claire with Jerry Kniedemann, working for Dargad. Calme up here as well with some representation. Their sprinter Matteo Trentin is in the Tour de France in a tier below the fastest men, but here's the sprint for that one mountain point, and Hincapie has broken away from Chris Boardman. So the Brit has been broken, and the American takes the prize. So he'll get a new polka dot jersey at the end of the stage, and 20 points for his team for getting to wear that tomorrow. Now the chase beginning in earnest to reel back the lone leader as Boardman is sucked back in. Hincapie's all alone, but he doesn't have enough advantage to go the distance. The sprinters team's starting to take over the stage. Ceramikas, Lobby, Claire, and Calme getting themselves organized. Looking for signs of Zulu Kingdom and Fiat as Zulus start sending some numbers forward. But Fiat nowhere to be seen, and that has been a recurring theme this season. Is despite having some fast men on the team like Urs Feuerler, their lead-out trains have been very disorganized and have not been contesting sprints the way that they want to. But we're now under 10 kilometers to go. It's Ceramikas, Zulu, and Lobby Claire occupying the front spaces. There's Abdujaparov, one of the big favorites for today. Cipollini's in good position. He's got plenty of riders around him. Cipollini's final lead-out man is Dmitry Konishev, who is the best in the business at spearheading that final lead-out. So that'll be a big advantage. There is the little climber Marco Pantani, and I'm not sure what he's doing up here, perhaps working for his man Jan Kursipu, but he should get out of the way and let the big men do their thing. Now here comes the Ceramikas train. There's Cipollini, third wheel. Konishev is not there. I think that's him coming up on the left. Or is it? So Cipo as well as big lead out man, but here comes the move from Lobby Claire. There's Ceramikas on the right hand side, so it's Guimard leading out Andre Dargad, but I think he's gone too early. Cipollini goes around on the left, and Cipollini, by 2 bike lengths, will take stage 1. Abdujaparov comes up at the end for second place, Kursipu third, Andre Dargad fading to fourth with his teammate Guimard claiming 5th place on the day. So very disorganized at the last there by Ceramikas for Cipollini, but it's worked out in the end. They got a big victory. Cipo got in the wheel of Andre Dargad at the last moment, and that was the right move to make because as Dargad faded, it was Chippo who accelerated and took the stage win. Now there was a group of around a dozen riders who I think lost some time today, and we will investigate that. But there is your top finishers on the day. Mario Cipollini, Jamaldine Abdijaparov, Jan Kursipu, Andre Dargat, and Cyril Guimard, your top 5. Konishev there in 6th, so he ended up getting up to Chippo in time, giving a little boost before he caught Dargat's wheel. Learco Guerra, Urs Weiler, Matteo Trentin, and Davis Finney rounding out the top 10. And looking for that time gap, and there it is. So George Hincapie leading a group of 20 riders home at 1 minute 6 seconds down, which includes Rudy Altig, a bit of a surprise, but no long-term contenders for the yellow jersey caught out in that split. But I think Kelman will be disappointed that Altig is down there, because he's certainly someone who could have been up there in the opening days of the race. But there is your GC, and with the time bonuses, it's Cipollini with a 4 seconds lead over Abdijaparov. Kursipu getting 3rd on the day, also with a small time bonus. Chippo, the first leader in the green jersey competition. He scored the most points on the road out of the big sprinters, and he won the stage. So a great start for Chippo. We don't expect him to finish the Tour de France, but he will wear that green jersey for a while. Hincapie, the first leader in the polka dot jersey, scoring the lone point on the road, and Zulu Kingdom first in the team classification. So tomorrow's stage is a team time trial, and that will cause a big sorting out in the general classification and the team classification. Should be an interesting event, and we will see you for that.